Welcome to Restore. Sorry, the hair's doing wonky things. Anyway, welcome to Restore Belief with Nikki. This chat is open for you guys to chat and to talk, but I'm listening to a show, finishing up. So, but like I said, this chat is open and available for you guys. Oh my goodness, this is going to drive me nuts. There we go. Anyhow, I hope you are good. I hope you're doing well. I'm finishing up with my notes. So. Anyway, okay. Anyway, first part of this will probably be deleted just because no one's here, because I want to listen to this other stuff going on. I'm going to promote, not promo. Good grief, I need to use my words more carefully. Anyway, in the description box. Anyway, no worries. So, we talked about, I was on S4 tonight. Tonight is, welcome, whoever is watching. Wednesday night is the S4 bunker on Spreaker. And, okay, that's loud. That got loud really fast. Anyway, I just wanted to say that we had finally talked about, not finally, I'm tired, sorry. Hey, Amy, welcome. We had talked about on the S4 bunker, the congressional hearing, NASA stuff as well. And all four of us talking about it. We were missing 2 members, so but it was an interesting night. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. So I'm just gonna let this run. And because this is open for you guys. I'm not doing this for anybody but you guys. So and now there goes the TV, and I don't want all of this on, so I'm gonna get rid of all of that. Anyway, here we go. There we are. Oh, I missed the goodbye. I like hearing the goodbye. Anyway, so there we go. Let me put this on anyway. So what we talked about was rather interesting. Different viewpoints, definitely. And then I had a lot to say about something that I saw on News Nation, which I really appreciate them dealing with really appreciate News Nation dealing with the ET, the congressional hearings, the government stuff, all of it. It means a great deal because they're really the only ones they're the ones who started it. So I really appreciate in video. They're the ones who started it in video. Because you've got a couple of other newspapers on the East Coast of the United States who had started it a few years ago. I'm reading chat. I'm still in chat. And thank you, Tim. I appreciate you doing that. But like I said, this is for everybody who wants to come in and just chat away with each other or ask me questions. Whatever you folks want to do is fine. But Amy said News Nation and Mystery Wire are actually George Knapp investments. I understand that. But it's incredibly appreciated that News Nation has gone in and done the video and the interviews. Whether or not I agree with certain individuals, but it's turned into a really good and very important piece of information. That said, they did an interview technically yesterday, Tuesday, with a individual who is the equivalent to Hollywood royalty, who made the quote-unquote, I can't remember the exact quote, but he called aliens and ET craft, and you'd have to go in and watch it. Hey, Susie B. Yes and no. Answer your question. She just asked, I hope you're doing well. I wasn't earlier. I'm doing okay right now. Got a headache, but doing okay. Need protein. So this person really pissed me off. He called the whole thing, the whole idea of it, as ridiculous, as an ET abductee and experiencer. I'm 55. This has been going on since I've been 52. Or excuse me, since I've been 2 years old. So it's been going on a lot of years, more than 50 years for me. And that statement really pissed me off. Awesome. Hey, Bomber. I'm glad it worked. I'm glad the link worked. Yeah, I don't know why the other one wasn't working. Anyway. But I'm here. So, lately, Steve's been doing like 12:05, 12:15, so I just set it up at 12:15. Hey, Tim. And I was like, wow, okay. So, I didn't know if I should set it up for 12:30 because there for a long time, over a year or more, he was doing, hey, Para, he was doing 12:30, 12:32, 12:38, and lately it's been earlier than that, so I never know when to set it up for. But I did it for 12:15 this time around simply because it was easier for me. Set it up, and if you guys want to be here, and if not, you'll just either hear me babble or I'll multitask, which is what I was doing for a few minutes anyway. Anyway, You guys had a lot of questions the 2 times that I've been on. I'm going to get Dave's things posted to my Facebook page before I forget. I caught some. Oh my god. Okay, see, this is why my phone drives me up the freaking wall. I desperately need a new one. Come on, you silly freaking phone. I caught some of the show. I didn't catch all of it because I was on the S4 bunker. Wednesday nights is the S4 bunker for me. And I miss Dave's show, but I love doing. I enjoy talking with folks. Oops, I gotta get rid of video off of that. There we go. Anyway, I've been drinking. Susie, what you been drinking, girl? I like my vodka. I like my silver tequila too. Girl, what you drinking? So, and if I had the right kind of wine, I'd be drinking wine. So, but I don't drink all that often anymore. Well, just don't. Anyway, what you drinking? Well, Tim, what you drinking? Anyone else coming in? I don't know. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. Susie, that's delicious. Sounds great. Apple vodka, frozen pineapple, and cranberry juice blended. Yum. Wine as usual, says Tim Para. No bummer. Fermented. Good for the gut health. Yes, it is. Anyway, so what do you all want to talk about? Thanks for the likes. Thanks for subscribing, folks. I appreciate it. See what I just drank. Bomber. I think I just read yours, Bomber, but I'm not sure. I think that was yours? No, Susie. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, jeez, Bomber. I just drank a really old orange juice. Oh, hi. Yowza. Amy. Oh, I missed that, Amy. Amy, I think the real purpose was to battle with DNA crystal trinkets. Not sure where that was going. Yeah, so I was talking about the video with an individual regarding Hollywood royalty who, yeah, I know, bummer. Whoa, I've done that a time or two. That's not so fun. Amy and I were talking about, or I was talking about, and then she had some good comments about Hollywood royalty, who I classify as Hollywood royalty, making a comment calling aliens coming to Earth and not doing anything and being quiet. And his comment was he classified all of that as ridiculous. Needless to say, it significantly pissed me off coming from an ET abductee of 23 years. So, 23. I'm sorry, I'm tired. 53. Fucking hell, Nikki. Anyway, yeah, I am tired. If I'm pulling that kind of shpee. Where are the girls and Derek? That was some craziness. I'm going to start calling re-Doty and haven't decided yet. Disinformation agent. Yeah, I was surprised he was back in there based on what I had heard over the weekend, but I'll have to go back in. I didn't get to hear and see what was said, so I really wanted to do that, but really felt that it was important to discuss this situation. And I'm on every Wednesday, so discuss the hearings and the different aspects of the hearing, different government things. A lot of really good statements tonight. So. Ooh. Since I don't know about any of that, I'm not going to comment much. Yeah, but I understand your guys' viewpoint. Everybody's got a different viewpoint on things, so, it is what it is. So, ask me questions, guys. You had questions, you had all kinds of questions. Ooh, that's a statement, Tim. Yeah. Sorry, I don't trust Doty, but, Oh, sorry guys, I need to make notes here for a second. Discussion of ghosts. Excuse me. Okay, like I said, this is open for you guys, so take it away for a moment. I was having all kinds of problems trying to even get this up, and it eventually showed that I'd gotten 2 of them up, but yet was not coming up properly on mine. It's just strange. Really freaking strange. Okay, I need to put this there. Ouchie. Okay, so questions, folks. Oh, I just had a conversation with somebody about my past lives. Ouch, squeaky. Okay. Let's see here. Device is not recognized. No, diddly. Get off my screen. Okay, Para. Have you explored your past lives through regressions or anything? If so, did you find it helpful in your current life? Great question. I have not done hypnosis regression for anything. I have memories coming back to me, and they've been a heck of an eye-opener. I have 99 to 100 past lifetimes that I have in my memory banks. I say it that way because the 100th is bits and pieces, and it's so minuscule, but yet I don't trust it like I do the other ones. The other ones I trust implicitly. I know that they are mine. I know that they are my memories. I've had confirmation of so many of them, it's not even funny. I've had hello, welcome to the few who showed up just a moment ago. And so that was quite the experience to make the realization that I've had 99 to 100 lifetimes, past lifetimes, that I remember. I got asked if I remembered all of mine. No. I got asked how many past lifetimes I've actually had. I don't honestly know. but gut intuition is hundreds, because I have past lifetimes to where I have memories of being an ET, being in ET wars, living an ET life. I've got past lifetimes of where I was before Earth was Earth. I've got past lifetimes of being on Earth. I've got Atlantis memories. I've got memories from Egypt. I know who my mother was. Very famous individual then. And in this lifetime, year and a half, 2 years ago, made the realization who she was in this lifetime. Absolutely stunned me. Very famous individual who I will never state publicly who that was. I've had lifetimes in Russia. I've had lifetimes in France. I have a distinct memory of Marie Antoinette being beheaded and the sound of it with the guillotine. I've had a couple of lifetimes in France. I've had a couple of lifetimes in Romania. I've had lifetimes in Scotland and Ireland and the UK. I've been a witches is what I should say. In a number of lifetimes, I've been an herbal woman, herbalist as a woman. I've been a man. I have memories of being Roman, two lifetimes where I was a Roman soldier. I've had a few lifetimes in that Roman time period where I was villager. One was a male, one was a female. I've been in, I was, had a lifetime in World War II where I was in, all I can think of is Auschwitz. Concentration camp is the terminology I wanted to use. I was in the American West. I had a couple lifetimes, well, more than a couple, but I had a couple lifetimes. That's how I'm phrasing it right now. A couple lifetimes in the American West. I was in a few lifetimes in Bedouin tribes. I was a horse breeder in one of those lifetimes. Yeah, I have numerous different memories. Okay, so I haven't seen chat in a while. I was trying to go through as many as I could at the moment. Okay, so not saying I trust either. Okay. Amy, Grusch's sources are all names we have heard before with the To the Stars Academy, if you ask. Sound of Gary. Nabila, and Nap, and Corbell for bonus. Paragraph like that's not even into the 10. Bummer, I thought for sure we were done. My heart sank when he dropped in. Para. Let's not pollute this channel with ilk. Amy Grusch was interviewed in secret in the SCI, in this, skiff. In the skiff in November 2022. This was because he learned the information in the course of working for the NGIA and NRO. I felt bad for Dr. Love because I could tell she was getting angry, frustrated, reactive. I can't speak up and get involved if he hasn't said anything in front of me. She's okay. I've been witness to any witness. Yeah. Amy, he doesn't currently have a clearance, yeah. Para, I'm troubled by how many people think they were Cleopatra in a past life, and I have to wonder if maybe they weren't all Cleo, but are tuning into her spirit. Very possible, Para. That's not who my mother was. Although I can say that I had Isis trying to come to me in this lifetime, wanting me to worship her. I had a few words over that one. No, my mother was considered a queen and a pharaoh at the same time. That's all I'm going to say. Do your research. You'll figure it out. And you'll figure out who the daughter was. That's who I was. I knew who my real father was. Interestingly enough, regarding past lifetimes, my great uncles, my great uncles and some of my great aunts, I knew who they were in other lifetimes. I just made the realization this week as to who one of my son's past lifetimes was. That hit me hard. Really hit me hard, actually. Got abducted this week, so yeah, it's been an interesting week. Amy, Tim Burchett's staffers had said he was not a reliable witness, and Burchett ignored the staffers, obviously. Tim, I don't have past life memories other than being a dairy farmer in Norway. Maybe that's just what I always wanted to be. Tim, you might want to explore that. See, I believe that I was a Viking at one time, but I don't have any memories of it. It's not a strong gut instinct like it is with some of my friends or some people I know. I don't know if it's just like you. I don't know if it's a wannabe or these other ones I had, they were really, oh my God, life-bendingly strong. Especially the sea captain where I drowned. The last thing I remember, no, I'm not going to say that publicly. Anyway, so yeah, Paralegon. Local knowledge or something maybe similar to how remote viewing works. Possible, maybe. Some people believe they were, Bonner Para. The amount of people who believe they were Cleopatra in their past lives is absurd. Also, did you know she married her own? Yeah, she did. Stream frozen, not here. Tim. Bomber, her own brother. I guess that was common back then. Yeah, Tim, that was actually very common. Ouch, back then. Tim, wait, Grusch name names? Regarding Amy. Chris, hey, Chris. Hey, sweetie. Chris, what does it take for you to remember all of your past lives? Hypnosis or just meditation or dreams, etc.? It's a great question, Chris. I was going to say higher consciousness, but it really wasn't so much higher consciousness as it was I made shifts and changes in my frequencies. My own internal frequencies, I made unexpected shifts and changes in them to elevate them. And as soon as I started doing that, I just started getting waves of these, and they were really freaking intense. I hope that answers it. I could easily consider it higher consciousness work, but it really boiled down to changing frequencies in my life. Bomber, she did it with intention. I don't think it was that common. Relatives, yes, but brother and sister, much less common. No, go back through history, Bomber. There were a lot of siblings that were married to each other, especially in ancient times. Ugh, which is why they had so many health problems. Yeah, there was a lot of corruption with a lot of them, actually. I have a friend in an acquaintance. That's how I'm going to classify this individual. I had an acquaintance in this lifetime that I met, and she told me who she was in the lifetime that I had in Egypt. And she was essentially the financial advisor, lack of better phrasing, but that's how I'm going to classify it right now, to my mother and me. And wow. And the things that I felt from her soul, we didn't even need to speak. The psychic things that it was mind bending, just utterly mind bending. Oh, hey, Bomber. Okay, so your stream froze. Okay. Amy to Tim, we know them indirectly from other meetings he has had with Canadian politicians and the meetings with these folks in past years. Para, now I'm freezing catching. Chris, hi Para, thank you. Hope you start tonight. Tim, interesting bummer. I wonder if we will ever find her tomb. Yeah, that's. I don't even want to delve into that one, Tim. Yeah, I agree, Bomber. There's some crazy stories about her. She was nuts, but very intelligent, a ton of corruption. Bingo! Bomber. Christine, hello, Mido. Good to see you. Okay, how can I change my frequencies just by being still? No, okay, frequencies, frequencies are dealing with changing up aspects in your life. There are many people will talk about a wide range of things, but it's opening yourself up even further, advancing your, how do I say this? Advancing your mind in certain aspects, in certain ways. Derek's been eating too much monkey bread. Okay. Oh, dude, you're eating monkey bread and ice cream again? Holy crap. Okay. Okay, so sometimes I feel like that works, but I don't know. Okay, so start reading about frequencies and monks. There are okay, how do I explain this? When I had my, I'm trying to think of 20th birthday, I had done an extensive amount of walking, and this was a birthday day, and I took the day off. And one of the things that I did was I had been working on advancing different sections of me, my body, my brain, changing different paradigms in my life. Trying to remove negativity, decluttering, removing, helping others in specific ways, but removing certain kind of attitudes and things. Yeah, bomber. Yeah, there are a ton of ways. Heal the wounds, parts of self. Go into your deep subconscious and pull out all your shadows. Shake out the inner wrinkles, and you'll raise your vibrations. That's a fast way to say it. Yeah. Um, yes, I agree. Meditation helps a lot. I was meditating for 2 to 3 years every morning, then fell asleep to meditation to set up to play all night. Did this for long stretches. I am not the same person. Um, yeah. Uh, Meditation works wonders, but at the same time, um, I'm not saying don't do that. What I'm saying is there are aspects of changing up your life, um, changing up your environment too. Um, it's also calming the mind when you're meditating. Um, oh yeah, monkey bread is delicious. Um, and it also depends on what you put in with it besides cinnamon, nutmeg, and sugar. Um, anyway, it just, there's so many things that you can do. But basically, it boils down to working on yourself, working on your environment, getting rid of negativity and shit out of your life. Um, Yeah, that's how I was, Tim. He's saying my mind is a racer. Um, One of the things that I had to learn to do was to quiet my mind, um, but think at the same level that I was thinking at. So it's quieting the mind. It's doing all of these things. It raises, because what you're doing is you're leveling up to the next level, basically. And as you level up, you open up. You open up more of your soul. You open up more of your brain. Um, you basically advance your brain a hell of a lot more. And by doing that, um, it triggers uh, really deep stuff within your soul, and you start advancing your soul and your brain, your human brain. It really comes down to your soul. um, and your brain. I mean, those are the two. I mean, they're gigantic, but that's yeah. And Christine just said I get emotional sometimes during it, through it. Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. It's releasing a lot of the, a lot of the negative shit out of your life. It's just like what Bomber talked about. It's healing it. You have to move through the negativity. Okay, here's what I used to tell a loved one. You're walking through the muck and mire of, or you're swimming in it, or you're neck deep in it. You're in the muck and the mire of a pool, and it's muddy, and that mud can be thin or thick. And eventually, when you move through that emotional trauma, that emotional crap and baggage, you get to thinner um, muck, basically. And eventually, you get to a point to where you get through clear water. You're no longer neck deep. You're chest deep, or you're no longer waist deep. You're knee deep. You eventually come out, because you're working on your emotions and your stuff and the things around you. You're also reading more about whether it's frequencies or psychic experiences or the paranormal. You're advancing new concepts in your mind and your brain. Hang on a second. And when you do that, it makes a big difference. And my tailbone is starting to freak the fuck out. Sorry, guys. I'm starting to hurt. Hang on a minute. So, yeah, it's a major thing. And you're hearing me prattle on. But anyway, um, that should answer some questions as you guys chat away. Question for the chat and Nikki. What would you do if aliens revealed themselves to humanity tomorrow? Oh my god, I'd be relieved. But like I said tonight on the S4 bunker, it's not StreamYard, Nikki. Spreaker, the S4 bunker show that I was on. I watched a video from the 80s of an ET who was being grilled unbelievably so. And the first time I saw it, I sat and cried because he was in the process of dying, and humanity has a great extensive amount of fear and rage and hatred and anger and bigotry. I have been asked as a human representative and a form of an emissary at times when I have been on other planets, why humans are so violent. That's a fear factor, guys. Do I think everybody is? F no. It's a hell of an eye opener, though. It really is. It would be a relief to me, but at the same time, I would be scared for them, even through all the crap I've been put through, and even with the soul contract that I've got with them. It would be really big deal. Really big deal, obviously. But to me and to those of us who are experiencers and abductees, it's gigantic. But quite honestly, I would be afraid for them. And I would be afraid of what it would cause here on this planet for them, not so much for us. but for them. Even though logically I know that they can take care of themselves, and even though logically I know that I myself have had my hands on combat ET weapons. How's that for some answers, Derek? Um, um, nerve pain. Yes, nerve pain. Of course, I cry at those videos too. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. Amy, clearing the mind. A list of 27 worries is tricky to clear. Yes, been down that road. It's very tricky to clear. And that is why, for a long time, my family and friends would hear me make numerous quotes. One of those is, "It is what it is," and then I would let it go. Whether I like the situation or not, I would make that statement, and then it would be anywhere from an hour or a couple of hours or even a couple of days later, I would let it go. Because I'm not in control of it. Somebody else is. It's a situation I cannot control. I have no control over it. Whether I like it or not, do I have an opinion on it? Yes, but that's how it is. And so that's what it drove them nuts. I mean, it drove them batshit crazy because it is what it is. Well, yeah, people don't like hearing that. So it makes it rather interesting. Um, it's cookie ice cream. Oops. Let's see. I don't remember. I haven't seen the video in many, many, many days. Yeah, I do, Para. Para just said, "Do you get psychic impressions when you see videos like that?" If they're real videos, yes, I do. And this I know was a real video. That's what made me so sad. I almost got to the point of vomiting. That's what made me so upset because I instinctively knew that it was a real video. I instinctively knew that it was a real ET, that they were really real military personnel, medical doctors, real individuals that we all know. And it made me very ill to watch it. And I just bawled. I just sat and got up and I yelled at my phone. I yelled at the people, even though it was so many years ago. I still yelled at my phone, which I don't always do. I mean, I have recently, but it's not a normal pattern for me. And I got up and I walked away, and I still had the stuff on my ears, my headphones on my ears, and I was like, I need to put my phone down. I need to walk away. And that's what I did. It was hard to do. Um, Bummer. I say that all the time, Nikki. it is what it is. Now what? And I figure out what to do next. Yeah, a lot of times I just let it go because there's nothing that I can do about it. It's not my situation, or it's not just because I know of it. And the other side of that is how healthy am I in comparison to how I was 20, 30 years ago regarding, and I mean, codependency and that kind of shit. So I just, yeah, it takes time to get away from all of that crap. Tim, bummer. There is one factor that made it different, but we will keep the negativity off of Nikki's channel, Derek. You're not psycho, Derek. Tim, got it. There's so much. This changes since coming in regular. So many missing. 98% mods. Tim, have you read Interview with the Alien? No. Bummer. Retracted. Okay. Makes life interesting. Anyhow. Yeah, we're at 51 minutes. Is there any questions you guys got for me? I mean, it's kind of like a calm night, so to speak. It's not like hopping like last time, which is fine. Like I said, I'm doing this for you guys. I want you guys to be able to come in and chat and ask questions away if you want. And if not, you just listen to me drone on. Anyway, how many races are in Middle Earth? Too many. Do I actually know how many? No. Do I know that there's a lot? Yes. I've been shown. Yes, Tim. And well, I've said my name enough. Or not my name. I've said my age enough. You guys know my freaking age. We love you, dear. That's good. That's good to know. Yes, 55. So no, honey, I'm 55. Bummer says Nikki is 44. I bet that's where you got your 44 from. Okay, so races Middle Earth. There are numerous. That's quite all right, sweetie. There are numerous races in Middle Earth. I'm sticking with 44. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll take the 10 years off. I'd gladly have that. That's a lot that's happened in the last 10 years. Holy shit. No. Actually, because of the ETs, you're fine, Chris. That doesn't bother me. So Middle Earth, and then we'll hit that subject, okay, Chris? So what I know regarding the Middle Earth. Yeah. Yeah, dealing with hormones is a bitch when it comes to that. And regulating hormones is a nightmare. Oh, been there. Chris, I have fought for 25 years not to have a hysterectomy. I know what that's like. Try having 3 doctors tell you over and 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 over again to have a hysterectomy. I said, no, I'm not doing that. So, yeah, I'm not doing that. Yes, it is. Very much so. So, yeah, that's exactly what I say, Derek. Stay true to yourself. I also knew that with how my body is, the ETs wouldn't use me anymore. And as long as I could maintain my hormones, we were good. Anyway, Middle Earth. Well, I'm going to say something that might get me shut down. I guess we're not dealing with Middle Earth at this second, which is fine. I mean, we'll get back to it. Hopefully. Not only did I tell them no about having a hysterectomy, 3 years. I stopped taking a hormone med. And for me, it was the best thing I've done except for the last 3 months, last 3 months. So, 4 months. I'd have to go back through my notes. Yeah, okay, Bomber. We're gonna probably have to have a discussion about what doctors do regarding their female patients regarding that situation. You are not alone. There are thousands of women who go through that, and the only reason I know about that now is because the last year and a half I've been seeing more and more women talking about that between, not Twitter, Instagram. Oh, what the fuck is the other one? Certain reels. I can't think of the name of the. Well, Tim, when my left ear starts ringing, I can count on the ETs about to abduct me. So that's just my experience. I know other people that go through that, but that's just mine. I have a real hard time with that, and basically a lot of, whether it's a male or female doctor, a lot of women have been talking about that. Even some of the husbands or boyfriends have talked about that and have been absolutely horrified by the medical community. I've had some pretty good doctors. Feeding reduction or breast reduction. Big difference, dear. Anyway, yeah, start doing your research. I'm no medical doctor by any stretch of the frickin' imagination, but do your own research. Yeah, I agree with Bomber. I used to do that too. Derek, yeah. If she's able to use... No. Para just asked an excellent question. Forgive me if this is too personal and tell me... Oh, please, that was a fantastic question. Oh, was asking if my gyno had picked up on anything regarding... Oh, autocorrect is drunk on whatever these guys are having. But I'm curious if your gyno's ever picked up on evidence from all the hybrid pregnancies. No, she did not. And I loved my gynecologist. Really freaking sucks that she essentially retired her practice. She was with me for... Damn. Huge tits, girls. Pardon me. Anyway, guys and gals. Yeah, she retired. I loved her to pieces. She retired from practice, but didn't retire from the medical community because she went into testing. I can't think of what it's called. It's a specific kind of testing. Anyway, we're an hour. Okay. But no, she never did. Regarding the headaches and the migraines, there are very specific things for migraine meds. Talk to a neurologist about that as well as the gyno. And that's just from personal experience. Also, look into acupuncture during that time of month. Also, talk to a naturopathic doctor. You will find there are a lot of different remedies that I cannot talk about publicly. There are a lot of homeopathics that can be combined. There are a lot of herbs that can be combined. And I'm not talking about together, I'm talking about separately, individually. But you got to do your research and you got to talk to the medical people. Do your research, have them do their research. We found out that my certain aspect of my medical stuff, we don't get accurate information on me with just a blood draw regarding my hormones. It has to be from down below. It has to be a biopsy. And that, from what I've been told, is rather unusual for my hormones. But there was one specific med that for 2 years I've had blissful... It was the first time in my life that I was just like, I can deal. Oh my God, I can deal. But yeah, there are other aspects that are not okay with it. So do your research, talk to people. If you're female. Anyway, but in answer to Para's question, has she ever picked up on evidence from all the hybrid pregnancies? No. I mean, to be quite honest, why would she? Because you're dealing with... and I never would go in. I couldn't afford it. We were on such an extremely tight budget that I couldn't afford what was it? It was $15 to $18 pregnancy stick every time I thought I might be pregnant. And so that's the thing with these specific types of pregnancies. I was ET pregnant while I had a period. There were times where certain times of the year there was a pattern. For me, there was a very clear, defined pattern, and you can actually see it in my medical history for specific seasons of the year, shall we say. And I never understood why. Now I frickin' get it. There was one year that I'm going to be blunt, I nearly bled out. Actually, two. I take it back. There were two seasons, 2 different years where I nearly bled out. It's not a fucking joke. This doctor saved my life. So, yeah, I mean, no, she never knew. Chris just said, Nikki, your OBGYN sounds accepting of your experience. She never knew. None of them ever were told. I didn't start talking to my doctors about any of this until a few years ago. But let's get back to the inner earth. I was about to say hollow earth. That is not what I meant. The inner earth stuff. So what I was given a number of years ago, number meaning 3-4 years ago, I was given a download, a psychic download as to what's going to happen in the future, quite some time in the future, but in our future, within my lifetime. And basically, they showed me that there was going to be land cave-ins. I can't think of what they're called. When you've got a ground and it creates a hole, whatchamacallit hole. Oh, how interesting. Anyway, so that's what I was shown. Chris, that's a bummer when you find the perfect doctor and they retire. Yeah, actually, I've had that a number of times. But there were 2 doctors that I dearly loved who, oddly enough, did not like each other. I had a fantastic gyno and OBGYN. Well, no, gynae. Fantastic gynae and a fantastic internist cardiologist. And wow, I actually heard them fight with each other on the phone because of me. Very differing opinions. Oh my God. Not just once, but twice. And it made a hell of an impact on me, let me tell you. And they were both fighting for me. I appreciated that immensely, but wow. It was amazing. Because I'd never had doctors do that for me. And each one of them were, just awesome doctors. I really loved them. There were a couple of times I had problems, but in 20 some odd years of having them as doctors, hello, it was pretty darn good in my book. But yeah, I understand some stuff with. Christine, if this were not public, you and I would have a conversation over that. That's why I wouldn't get ownership thing, yeah? Mm-hmm. Allowed current persons. Oh, Chris, wow. I had a therapist once, and she told me that she had patients who said, they saw aliens and or were abducted, and she said some of them were veterans military. Um, Sinkhole. Thank you, Para. Yeah, but this sinkhole goes from Canada into and down through the United States through 5 states. 4 states? 5 states. I'd have to go back in and look at my stuff, but it goes to the southern, it goes from a number of miles from the southern border of Canada through 4 to 5 states into the United States. It's quite a big thing by the time it's all done. It starts and then it gets really wicked. Thank you, Para. I appreciate it immensely. The woman I saw was a regular. Not heavy cases. I didn't believe her back then, but now I do. Derek. And Bigfoot. Oh, I think you mean search. Yeah. I agree, Derek. That would be awesome. I wish we could all get together for a weekend of camping and sky watching and Bigfoot search. I would love that. Chris, over her whole career, over many years. Yeah. Tim, loud. I like having you as the game show host. I'm in Washington State. I'm in the U.S. Chris just asked where I was at. Tim, Pear, do you want to see? Whoops, chat just went. Want to see what is behind door number 2? Bummer. I basically guessed Derek's birthday. Didn't even get ice cream. You're way off. Hey, get a car? Bummer. Oh, group camping trip sounds awesome. I started to plan one years ago in the Sasquatch community and had a huge pile ready to come up to Canada. Then I found out I had a stalker and it was super bad. Yeah. That's not fun. You are. Chris, are you in California or Oregon? Or Idaho? I think you're in California if I remember right. I could be wrong. Yeah, southern. Okay. Oh, couldn't remember for sure. It's been a while. Yeah, it would have been so much fun. Yeah, I agree, Bomber. Oh my. Tim. Depends on where, Christine. Depends on where, dear. The more you go south, the warmer it gets. The more you go east, the hotter, not warmer, hotter it gets. By water and trees. Well, let's see. You're looking. There's a lot of places you're looking at. Then again, if you're by water and trees, you could be easily along any one of the major rivers here. Washington has some pretty major rivers. Washington and Oregon, for that matter. Gorgeous gorgeous sections of the state, just mind-blowingly gorgeous. Okay, whoever just put that in my head, and now you're laughing. You being a smartass tonight. Anyway, I'm thinking of Washington State, and what does some smartass put? Something that's phallic. Let's just put it that way. Oh, that ought to get the chat laughing. Which one of the comedians did that? I've got a couple of different comedians who like to become real good smartasses with me sometimes just to get me laughing. I want to hear Christine's response to that one. I gotta have some almonds, guys. My blood sugar's getting a little wonky. So, yeah. Phallic images. I'm seeing these beautiful streams and valleys and waterways, and the next thing I see is phew! Like, seriously? That was not cool. No, I'm not going, but I'll leave it open, but the chat slow down a bit. Anyway, I'm good. That's why I have different things next to me. But I probably won't be on 2:15 my time. So I might go earlier, but oh, what do we mean? Freeway serial killers here in Southern Cal. Oh, lovely. Oh, now that's interesting, Chris. Maybe there's a phallic-shaped land of waterway. Knowing Washington State, that would not surprise me in the least. Oh, you're in the Appalachian Mountains? Oh, bummer. Pictures, girl. Oh my god. Oh, and I forgot we're on a delay, aren't we? Almost like between a 12 and 17 second delay. The Finger Lakes is phallic. Tim, so enjoy your trip to Disneyland. Okay, where am I missing Disneyland? That's alright. Anyway. It's in another part of the country. Okay, bummer. And also 4 minutes behind in audio. Stream lagged again, listening 2.5 times speed. I'm probably happy to know you sound adorable as a chipmunk, Nikki. Oh my god. Oh god, I'm gonna sound even worse as a laughing chipmunk. Oh my god. Oh, that's hysterical. And Para, maybe Robin McCrae would tell us a good hotspot. She mentioned she goes to some places in Michigan. Oh, that's an idea. Adorable as a chipmunk. Oh god. Bummer. Oh wait. That wasn't 4 minutes. I just caught up. But it said 4 minutes a minute ago. I swear I'm not high tonight. No worries, Bomber. No worries, girl. No, you're fine. You're not out of context, Bomber. Or, Para. Sorry, I was just reading Bomber stuff up above. Chris watches Telemundo, but she doesn't understand Spanish. I'll catch bits and pieces of it. I don't watch that. I used to, years ago. Caught different things of it. It used to really be... Okay, now here's some. This is what drove my friend nuts. The deceased one who had the clearances. He's like, how do you know different languages are different languages? And I'm like, I've always done that. Even as a child. Even when I was in Hawaii, when I was in Tonga. Or I'd come across different people who spoke different languages. I could tell you exactly what language it was. Couldn't tell you what they were saying 9 times out of 10. But knew what the language was. And I think that that had to do with all the different lifetimes I remember. Italian was my favorite as a kid. Oh my God, I loved Italian. Just before my teenage years, all the way into, I don't know, almost about 14. 14 or 15, thereabouts. Yeah, Hawaii and Tonga, how pretty. Yeah. When my grandmother died, my mom sold everything of my grandmother's, or almost everything of my grandmother's. And my great uncle was in Tonga Tapu. And so we went on what was supposed to be, God, it's going to take me a minute. It was supposed to be like a 2.5, 3-week trip. And we got stuck in the airline strikes back in the day. And because of that, we were stuck in Tonga for quite some time. We had to have permission from the Tongan government, and my aunt and uncle knew somebody who used to work for the royalty, the king and queen and princess there. And we were allowed to stay. And because of that family friend. And God, I think of her often. There are people in Tonga that I just would have loved to have seen. No, bummer, it's not. Well, different sections depend on where you go. Villages, you have huts, and then you have homes and dirt road. Well, back then it was dirt roads. The main downtown area of Tonga Tapu, Nuku'alofa, excuse me, was all cemented. Very, very pretty hotel. And somewhere in the early 80s, so this was in the 70s, and somewhere in the early 80s, long after Mom and I had been back in the States, we had heard about a typhoon, hurricane. Can't remember what it was called back then. I think it must have been a hurricane that came through and took out a portion of it. We were pretty worried for the family there. A lot of prayers went up. I have a lot of phenomenal memories, and then one beautiful memory that turned really bad. At a, I'm not going to talk about that publicly. Anyway, but 99.9% of it was phenomenal. Great as a child. The villagers, oh my God, they were so wonderful to my mom and I. They treated us as family, and we were family. We were essentially adopted, and my great aunt and great uncle were they were dearly loved, and they taught me a lot. The family there in Tonga, really, they taught me a great deal. I unexpectedly got violently ill down there. And that meant that was how I learned that not everybody has certain kinds of antibiotics. And they do very different things. And that was way back then in the 70s. And eventually, I did get put on an antibiotic, and that all got worked out. And that's where I learned about having that long of a centipede crawl up my leg. A few days later, one crawled up my aunt's leg. Needless to say, each time there was a lot of screaming ensued. Rightly so. I talked about a centipede crawling up legs, and that was one of them. Yeah, thank you. I wiped out quite a section. They have from what they have, what are called the blowholes. Beautiful section in Tonga where it's all coral. It's like a coral mountain. That's what it reminds me of. And the waves come into this one side of Tonga, and they hit the coral in such a way that they've created like these tunnels and caverns and stuff. And when they hit, they create these blowholes. They're literally ocean water comes up out of a tube. And you get incredible, it's a very, very windy section of the island. No, actually, my mom saw really cute guy, military, U.S. military guy, while we were there. But no, it wasn't military. We were not, had nothing to do with military for us. Wow, it was quite the experience. So we got stuck in Tonga. It was a beautiful experience there. We were there for quite some time, number of weeks actually. And I think we were gone for like 2 weeks total. 2 weeks, sorry. 2 months total. Because we got stuck there, and then coming back, we got stuck in Hawaii for quite some time. No money, and yeah, things got really interesting. Autocorrect is on par. So yeah, it was a beautiful experience. Some of the biggest lobster I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. The family took us to a open air restaurant. And it was beautiful. It was something done of dreams. I mean, it was just, in your wildest dreams, you could never think of something so beautiful. It was just gorgeous. This restaurant, this open air restaurant, and you had the beach maybe 500 feet away, and lobster. You had different level of sorry, I'm trying to get my brain to kick in. Whatchamacallit food. Different levels of food. I can't think. You have your God, Nikki. Can't think of what it's called. You'd have courses. Yes, thank you, Bomber. You'd have your different courses, and the last course was the lobster, and I have never seen lobster so big in my entire life. Not joking when I say that. Candlelight, things that we do now that, you could go to Costco or you could go to whatever big warehouse store and buy these tiki torches, and these were original tiki torches. They'd have it was beautiful memory. Somewhere in there we had we flew to another island on, oh my God, my mom had a intense fear of flying in small planes, and like really small planes. It was just big enough for my great uncle, my great aunt, mom, and me, and the pilot, 5-seater, and our basket. It was a Tongan basket. It was made for us, and we hauled it. And puddle jumpers. Well, when I think of puddle jumpers, I think of 2-seaters. Yeah, and there was a island not far away from the island of Tonga Tapu, and it was called Iowa, is how it was pronounced. Yeah, they're still called puddle jumpers. Oh my God. Okay, good to know. Good to know, Christine. So, and that was an experience. Maybe I'll save that for another day. But seriously, that was a day-long experience that just no puddle jumpers is the right phrase. Okay, Bomber. Oh my God, I bet that was interesting. Boy, have I got things to say on that one. That is not something I want to say publicly. Oh my God. I don't know, I'm sure she was. Oh my God. Anyway, what else? Chris. See, there are things. Okay, I need to stop munching on these now. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was awesome. Oh my god. Anytime I saw him on camera, I got wonky. Oh my god, wonky psychic stuff. The legend of Sleepy Hollow. That's what it reminds me of. No, it's not, but it's just where my brain went. Anyway, so many things to say. So many things. Anyway, so getting there, we went from Seattle to Hawaii, and from Hawaii to Pago Pago, where as a young kid I danced with a fire eater who thought I was 18. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, don't choke on your almonds. That's why I stopped, because my brain is going a mile a minute on what you had talked about, dear. God, Bummer. 5 a.m. So you're East Coast. Okay, I wasn't paying attention, sweetie. So you're East Coast time. But Southern Canada? Is that right? Oh God, Christine, I understand that one. When we lived at the house, oh my God. The neighbors in the back corner, diagonal from us, oh my God, they had a rooster. 4:15 every morning, or technically 4:16. Yeah, I understand this very well. Did not make a lot of people happy. And that was in the city of Seattle at the time. So, yeah. Anyway, so we went to Pago Pago, and then from Pago Pago, we were supposed to go onto straight on to Tonga, but we didn't. We stopped when you got this big jet airline on this little island that pulls in. Well, you've got what, 20, 25, 30 people on a plane. And they use insecticide spray. They go in on the plane and they sprayed you down. They sprayed the luggage down and then sprayed the cockpit and all the seats down. And then in, I think it was like 2 hours, we could leave. And then got back on the plane and on our way to Tonga. And let me tell you, My mother was livid. Don't cut the anger and rage she was in. She was not a happy woman. Yeah, none of us did. We were like, what is going on with this? And nobody would talk to us. And finally, one of the other passengers talked about it and talked about how they must have gotten a report of not parasite insects in luggages or something, and everything had to be. They would not allow it. I mean, we were not allowed, and we were like, I remember my mom freaking out over thinking not bugs but parasites, and going from a 747 down to this 25-30 passenger plane did not help her. So we get in to Tonga, and I thought her behavior was rough to begin with, going down to a smaller plane. It was nothing in comparison to what the behavior was like when she saw which kind of plane we were getting on to go to Iowa. She needed to be sedated. She really, she had no idea my mom had that kind of fear. No idea. None whatsoever. Now it's just like, oh no, it was fine. Well, now I don't even know if she remembers it because she's in the last stages of her Alzheimer's dementia. But oh my God. She comes to me in dreams, and it's her. My family brings her into my dreams, and that's when I know what state she is in mentally. So I usually know how my mother's actually doing. Can see you eating ice cream. Derek, I want to be honest with you guys about something. Bummer. What is it, Derek? Is this about the ice cream? If you don't want to share, we understand, but you don't have to pretend you ate all, then avoid us. Bummer. I'm almost 5 minutes behind just hearing your question now. I'm currently in East Coast of Canada. Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought so, Bummer. I couldn't remember for sure. Derek, I was living in my SUV in 2016 all by my lonesome, and by August of 2021, I had almost... Yeah. Changing people's places and things. So cliche, but it works. Yeah. Chris, I'm going to fall asleep soon. Sorry if I do. I haven't slept well. Oh, I understand that one. There's certain homeopathics for sleeping and stuff. Hit me up privately, Chris. Email me. And it's at the bottom of the description box. It'll say, that'll give you my email address, and hit me up, and I'll link you up with some names of things that you can research. Tim, Derek, I'm about to make that journey. Bummer. Do we have to sell shapes? Tupperware, essential oils. What is this secret sorcery you speak of? I don't want to sign anything. I have commitment issues. Yeah, I understand that. Um, Chris, okay, thanks. Yeah, you're welcome, sweetie. Parrot, damn. Glad to hear about your change of fortune, Derek. Parrot. Where were you in 2016? Anyway, so that's kind of the story of Tonga, and when coming back, we went from Tonga to American Samoa, and then from American Samoa to Hawaii. No, we made 2 stops. Tonga, American Samoa. I don't remember the next one, and then Hawaii. And then stuck in Hawaii for a while, more than Mom wanted to be. And from Hawaii home. Beautiful story. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got a number of things like that. Um, I know somebody else that feels the same way, Bomber. I'd love to live it. Not even joking. My dream home. Yeah. Beautiful story. Para. Okay, I've been busy with work, so bouncing back and forth, but apparently eating ice cream with a raven on a puddle jumper. I'm out loud. Bummer. Para is so close. She missed the part where I peed my. Oh, honey. Tim, bummer. I have a Hyundai. Let's go. You better be careful, Tim. There are people who will take you up on that. Damn, I knew I missed something. Anyway. Yeah, and we're getting close, guys. We've got another 10 minutes or so. Beauty, I'll be on the road. Pick me up when you see me, says Bummer. That's awesome. Yeah. We're 13 minutes or so before I sign out or shut it down. So ask me whatever else, my dears. And then it's time to go. We all have things to do this week. So I think this is probably going to be the day for me that actually works where I can do this. Tuesday is just too difficult. Monday and Tuesday is too difficult. And Friday night, I would love to do Friday night, but my Saturdays are booked. So, yes, Chris. Anyway, horns up, Bummer, so I can recognize you. Para, seemed like you had more to tell about Inner Earth. Got sidetracked by this inkle. The stuff that I know about the Inner Earth, folks, there's numerous different, and that was from Para. The ETs and the beings who have been here from before humans were. Things shifted and changed with them based on how I understand it. They went down because it was easier. Well, in my opinion, depends on who you talk to. But in my opinion, they just found it to be easier than dealing with the humans, basically. There's beauty. Supposedly, from what I understand, there's beauty and other things down there that are healthier. So hopefully that makes sense. Bummer. I'll just walk down the road looking like this. I'll also be wearing an alien costume and mask. If you pick me up and I don't have my horns up, you have picked up a real life alien and should. How deep is inner Earth, or is it just underground, shallow ish like caves? No, it's deep. From what I understand, it is very, very deep, Chris. Um, oh, bummer. Okay, you have picked up a real life alien and should abort mission. That's awesome. Yeah, Chris is asking how deep is inner Earth and what underground, shallow, or just underground, shallowish like caves and pathways. Based on what I understand, it's pretty darn deep. Um, and based on what I also understand, there are certain what I would personally call little cities. I don't know what else to call them. Um, some of the stuff that I've been shown is reminiscent of, there's a movie that I saw a couple of years ago. I'm trying to remember the name of it. And it, excuse me, it's like thousands of years in the future, and everything is by ship. Cities are on ships and stuff. I cannot remember the name of it. Very sci-fi movie. But there's a specific section in the movie that I went, oh my God, that's what I've been shown. And when I saw that, it was like, whoa. So anyway, I hope that answers some questions. If I remember the name of it, I'll get it written up in here. Or put the name of the movie in the comment section if I remember. Para, I may have asked this the other day, but are you aware of our government's having a presence there? I think I asked this about Antarctica the other day. Yes, you did. Oh, caught up. I'm intrigued by what is going on in Antarctica. At least Para is sticking to the narrative. Yeah. Para, yeah. Antarctica and inner Earth are my current obsessions. Yeah, I did talk quite extensively about Antarctica. Um, cities, three. What I was literally got a psychic hit on while we were on air doing this live broadcast was 300 to 400 years out, because he was asking if if the ice will melt, and I was literally being shown that whoever they are going to make it look like the ice is not melting over the area. I don't know how they're going to do that, but that's what I was shown and told. And then 300 to 400 years, yes, in the future, it'll be revealed. Um, Para, yeah, cities revealed 300 to 400 years in the future. Bomber. My corv seem to have brought their babies. I can hear the crows or ravens, but it's definitely babies out there. Tiny, squishy, flighty, fighting for food I put out for them. They sound squeaky. Yeah, that's if you guys are long haulers. Most of you are long haulers in SOR chat. If you guys know Robert White, he's in Australia, and he has birds, and he has birds, wild birds that come to him for food and attention and stuff. And the young ones, the babies, they all have a very specific kind of squeaky voice. They're beautiful to watch, and I'm glad that he does filming of them and puts them on his Facebook page. But yeah, that's what they make. They sound squeaky. Yes, they do. Tim, you are too. Chris didn't need to leave you out. Yeah, I think Chris went for sleep. That's what I think. So, and we are 5 minutes out from shutting down. So, be in 2 hours. Yeah, I knew who you meant, Tim. Well, anyway, any last remaining questions? Yeah, that Antarctica thing. I'm really glad that Para had asked, because that was a heck of a psychic vision that I was shown. Something about the ice caps melting, and it being literally shown to me that they were melting, and somehow the governments of the world, or the people in, I'm trying to think of how I phrase it, people in authority, they figured out how to make it look like it stopped melting, when in fact it was actually gone. And then they showed me that in 300 to 400 years, it would be completely gone, and the underwater cities that are there are it'll be cities by then, but 300 to 400 years out, it'll have you'll see the cities by then. Supposedly there's one city there now, is what I was psychically told, or mediumship wise told, during the live chat. So, Bomber, Para, if I had the time to dive down another rabbit hole at the moment, I'd look into that stuff more deeply. As they melt, more form on the other side, from what I've been hearing. Tim, squeak? I love that. Which squeak, Tim? The birds or me? Because when I'm in pain, a lot of pain, that's what I do. I do a lot of squeaking. That's what I've been told. Oh my God, you sound like a mouse. You squeak. So, which is kind of funny. Anyway, it's funny, but it's not. Para, any idea if the city is alien or of human origin? Both. I just got told both. Bummer. BBs squeak. Our baby squirrels are squeaky. Yes, the squirrels. Yes, the ones here. Oh my God. They have a. It almost reminds me of what the ETs do in the way they do a. And I don't know if I can make the sound. It's not quite the sound, but they do that with a squeak with it. Bummer's comment. Yeah, that's what I figured you meant, Tim. But I figured I better ask. Get a little clarity on it. Anyway, we lost another one. So whoever's gone out, I hope you have a good night. I hope you sleep. 2 minutes countdown. So anyway, Bummer's comment. Tim without love. Anyhow, yeah, I've been told that it's a combo. It's a combo city right now. Derek fell asleep with the ice cream in his. Oh, that would be bad. Now, what happens if he has a dog or a cat? And the buys. Yeah, okay. That bowl gets licked clean, but what happens to the bowl? And what happens if there's ice cream? See, now my brain is getting. I'm tired. Tired too, guys. Anyway, hope it runs down his leg and makes him pee his pants. Take that. For not sharing your secret to success with us, or your ice cream. Oh my God, Bomber. Oh my God. That's funny. Of course, my mind has been a dirty mind lately, so whatever. Whatever works. And Tim is just like, huh. Hmm. Anyway. We are at 2 hours. So it's time to go, folks. I hope you have a wonderful evening and morning and a really good. Wow. Sorry. I'm getting. Wow. That's intense. I'm getting. Yeah, that's affecting. So I'm getting a number of spirits trying to fuss with me at the moment. Anyway, I hope you all have a very good afternoon tomorrow, very good evening. If I can, I will do Friday night. I cannot promise it, but we'll see. We'll see how I'm doing. So, anyway, on that note, take good care of yourselves. And Bomber. Yes. No, they're not your guys' loved ones. I'm getting some of it is my spirit guides, some of it is other people, other spirits that I know on the other side. They're not necessarily my loved ones, but they are other individuals that I know. And they're hitting my mediumship ear kind of hard, and it's affecting my stomach a very specific way, which is bad because I was having problems with my stomach. I was having medical problems earlier. So anyway, we'll just see. Para, thanks for the chance to chat and ask questions. Bye at Bomber Tip, Kristen. Amy, have a great night. Bummer, let's go invade Derek's freezer. Yeah, seriously. That sounds like a great freezer. Getting my alien costume on as we speak. Get in the car. But not his. Oh my God. Yeah, I was going to say, who's going to be licking that? Bummer. Thanks, Nikki. Great visit with you. Yeah, I'm glad you've enjoyed. I'm really glad you've enjoyed, Bummer. Anyway, I make some interesting comments at the very end. Anyway, take really good care of yourselves, guys. I gotta find the silly button again. Big love. Big love to you too. Okay, where's the button? There's the button. Great big red button. It says end stream. Okay, here we go. Bye, guys.